Hello and welcome back to the Tales of Symphonia Talkthrough with me, the Jelly Monkey.
And me, Sven the Crusader. Well, this is awkward.
Yes, last time, Lloyd was jailed for a crime he didn't commit. Well, he might have committed it. It sort of depends if it counts as a crime. Perspective! So, yes, this chapter is basically stated a jailbreak.
And they make the cardinal fantasy mistake of leaving one guard on the block.
Yeah, or the one inept guard, as it was put in Powers.
Guarding their most highly valued prisoner is that doofus.
Yeah. Basically, the guys had the right idea of taking off Lloyd's equipment. For some reason, they forgot that rings are also vital equipment in fantasy settings.
Yeah, anything that might be used... Oh, hi, Skit. I forgot all about you. But yeah, anything that might possibly be used against you, remove.
Yes, I mean, at the very least, if you are going to beat him up, the ring will create that little bit of defense, and it'll just take longer. But yeah, I forget whether it's been established, but actually, what am I talking about? It's been established right this second. Lloyd is good at picking locks. That's one of his special skills. Yeah, if you want your equipment, pick it up here.
Cardinal mistake number 2, equipment in the next room over.
Pretty much.
This would have been a whole lot more of a challenge for a prison break if they, bothered to move his equipment to the other side of the base.
Yes, especially since I have absolutely no idea if you can run into this without the equipment, but
that would be slightly awkward if you could.
Yeah, scripted encounter, here we go. So now you're just fighting with Lloyd, and as before, you're gonna have to be much more careful about your strikes, especially when they're being dicks like this and setting you up against two guys.
Yeah. When in doubt, long range it, and then
yeah, pretty much. Spam demon fang and just get easy damage, really.
Wow,
and he's down.
Those mooks were 1,000 times easier than the last ones.
Yeah, well, I think it's because they did. I think because there's one person, the AI is slightly more forgiving and won't just swarm your ass, basically.
Oh, hey, puzzle mechanics.
Oh, yes. Although, I do like one thing about this conversation, which, yeah, Lloyd's stuff I feel hiding neon crack, I guess you could call it. I'm not even sure what that is. Machinery?
Yeah, I guess it's like those steps down the TARDIS?
I guess so.
They don't even think to check the obvious hiding place.
Apparently not. But yeah, the one reason I do like this conversation is because they remember that they have to do this to open the doors, and they go, "Oh god, it's annoying that we have to do this every time we open the door." Apparently Boner just likes to make things needlessly complicated for his troops. But yeah, this introduces another gameplay mechanics. Whenever you see these altars, it changes the function of the Sorcerer's Ring. So now we get a little electric ball instead of a fireball.
Yes. Also, this security drone, I swear, poses more of a threat than every soldier on the base.
Oh yes, we'll get into that once we start fighting them, but yeah, like we saw in the cutscene, you just have to line up the two guys and electrocute them. I'm hoping this is... Oh god damn it!
Speaking of learning how challenging these are to fight.
Yeah, pretty much. These guys.
I take that back. That wasn't challenging at all.
Well, the reason was because here's the thing: if you give these guys any room to maneuver, they will pound you because their attacks are surprisingly quick off the bat, and if you leave them any room to move, they will constantly interrupt your flow, because on top of that, when you get hit, they throw you into a stun animation, meaning you can't... meaning it's very easy to just be continuously trapped in a combo. So my advice, pound them and do not give them room to breathe. That's the only way I survived that first fight. And if there's more than one of them, oh sweet Lord, may have mercy on your soul.
Oh god, yeah. I ran into that problem. On the plus side, this is a very good way to grind.
Yeah. And we have a vending machine here, so if you're low on items and have the money for it, go away. Go ahead,
I like how the vending machines of the Tales universe have done away with such silly things as snack foods.
Yeah, well, actually the funny thing is, the apple and orange gels, I think they're meant to be sweets, because in the Japanese version they're referred to as gummies.
Ha! Those must be some damn good gummies.
So basically, you can heal mortal wounds from jelly babies in this universe, who knows?
Somewhere Tom Baker is smiling.
So yeah, this is a puzzle. Or if you have 3 columns, and as you can see on each column, the yellow circle basically shows you how much the ring around the outside of the wind machine thing turns. Line up the colors to open up one of the doors. The green one is probably the one that opens up the next plot checkpoint. Problem is, I know that there are some items, so I had to go through the laborious process of turning it around to activate the red one.
Oh, don't for items.
The things I do for you people, normally I just skip over that. But yeah, this would normally lead out to the front door, but of course that's not the smartest thing to do, so... Yeah, Lloyd will just say he can't open it.
Yeah. Of course they wouldn't make it so easy as, just gonna walk out the front door now.
Pretty much. So, we activate the control room. Also, funny thing, that thing in the center, in the GameCube version, it was originally a giant GameCube that was spinning around inside the ring, but for obvious reasons they changed it to in the PlayStation remake, and I guess in the version they couldn't be bothered to switch it to a console, so they just made it a
Who the hell are you?
generic machine. And this is the wrong room, I think.
Oops! Knowing who this guy is, this is the very wrong room.
Oh, yes.
You certainly have guts. But I'm afraid I don't see the need to introduce myself to a miserable little creature.
Also, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
This is a running theme.
I don't see a need to introduce myself either to a moron who doesn't realize how
God.
pathetic it is.
Not Lloyd's smart, brightest moment, I think.
Like how they're just childishly throwing insults back and forth.
Indeed. And that was Lloyd's defense. Kind of weak in all honesty.
Raise your hands and hope for the best.
Pretty much.
I see the resemblance.
The funny thing about this guy, that mouth animation led me to believe that he had a mustache.
Oh god. That's an image.
Yeah, he doesn't sound badly, but... Oh, thank God, reinforcements.
Oh, hey, Robin Atkin Downs, a fantastic voice actor. Sorry, I had to get that out of the way.
Fair enough, that's what you're here for.
Rhoda, I'm leaving for now. Our plans will be ruined if he sees me.
Ominous foreshadowing is ominous.
What of the chosen? I'll leave that to you. Understood.
Seriously, though, you have no idea how tempted it is to explain what that's alluding to.
Just you wait.
Yeah. Just for the record, it's one of the most important plot points in the game.
Yeah. That's the thing about playing RPGs the second time, is when you catch little bits of dialogue like this and realise what it's alluding to after all this.
Yeah. Well, this sure is a convenient rescue.
Yeah, I do also like Kratos' reaction. He looks fine.
Fear my pointy hair. Also, speaking of assholes, this guy is an asshole to fight.
Oh yes, this will be the first major boss fight you encounter. I mean, I know we had Vidar and the like, but yeah, this guy... this is the first example of major boss fights you'll get, especially against designs, at least that's what we assume they are. This guy starts off with 2 foot soldiers, and I would suggest getting rid of them first, mostly because the fight is less annoying that way, so...
Yeah. Just for the record, I think he's an asshole to fight, because in my first playthrough, I was on this guy for weeks. I died more times than I can count, Tabona. I still hold a grudge.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I don't think I had that much of a problem with him my first playthrough. That would be a later boss I'll get onto.
Yeah. Then again, I guess part of my problems with Boda were my own fault, considering I didn't know how to block.
Yeah, that helps. Boda doesn't. He's not very fast, but his combos will still hurt if you don't guard like that. Oh god.
Yeah. He's that sort of boss that he's not very fast, but he hits like a train.
Pretty much. And also, you also earlier I disabled is Stone Blast. Sorry, that's because shoot, he got over limit. Figures. Yeah, at this stage it's best to heal up and stay out of the way until it goes up the way.
Yeah, otherwise speaking from personal experience, he will put a very personalized hurting on you.
Pretty much. But yeah, he has a resistance to stone, mainly because that's his specialization. In fact, yeah, he will pull out stalagmite. I don't know if this chant of his has been added into the PlayStation remake, but suffice to say this is the first time I've seen it before, so I'm gonna say yes.
I kinda like that addition.
It is definitely pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Like you said, the voice actor delivers it with a sense of grandiose, so... Was it grandiose? But yeah.
Grandiose. I think grandiose is kind of a play on a continent we keep using.
Ah, yes.
Wow, that sure was easy to break your sword, dude.
Well, it's been taking a beating all this time, so...
True. Realistically speaking, it was gonna give.
Pretty much, although... It has served a... it does serve a pretty useful plot device since... well, let's just say it's a good thing Rain's holding it right now.
I apologize for the caused you.
No, I'm the one that dragged Genus into it. I'm sorry. Save the chit-chat for...
Yeah, I agree with Kratos though, so Axe is good at all, but there are better places to do it right now.
Yeah, right now they got the entire base coming down on their heads.
Pretty much.
Not literally.
Maybe later, but anyway.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
Yeah, I'm not the only one who can foreshadow, anyway.
Right up there with the best of them, like Stephen Moffat. Like, that's the worst of them.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, as Ray points out, there is an X-sphere inside the sword, which, honestly, I do not get at all. Because, okay, it's shown later that X-spheres can be used to power machinery as well as enhance abilities, but what good does it gain from adding that to a sword, all things? I mean, it's not like it's a gunblade or anything like that.
Yeah, and it's not like it's a materia.
Indeed. There are differences, just before anyone accuses rip-off, but anyway. But yeah, this what I'm showing right now is the strategy menu, and it's also something that may seem pointless, but I can assure you it is very useful in the long run. See, as characters level up, they'll be able to gain more attacks. However, later attacks will only be able to be accessed from two conditions: the level up and using certain techniques a number of times. Kratos, there are some of his more powerful attacks can only be learned from unlocking level 2 spells, and the only way to unlock level 2 spells is to use every single magic spell he has at least 50 times. This wouldn't be so much a problem, but unfortunately the AI focuses more on the sword abilities most of the time, meaning that whilst this is tedious, if you don't do it and have Kratos act as a spellcaster, it's gonna hurt him in the long run.
Yeah, so even if it's one hell of a tedious grind, it's worth it.
Yeah,
even though I have very unpleasant memories of skill grinding in this game.
Oh yes, my advice on that would be just have Kratos on the long range strategy for normal battles and then switch him back for the boss fights, because you still do need that extra sword user for the early parts of the game.
Yeah.
And you'll occasionally get skits like this which add additional bits to the training manual. In this case, Kratos is just saying what we've already covered, so if you didn't know about poison, now you do.
Yeah, if you didn't know about it, whatever you got inflicted with it, grinding on the snakes.
Indeed. And on that important lesson, I've been the Jonin Monkey.
And I've been Sven the Crusader. No time for an outro, and I have no idea what to say.
Fair enough.